right, we will start our winning qualifying pole press conference here. We now welcome Mark Martin, driver of the number 55 Aaron's Dream Machine Toyota. Mark, congratulations on your pole run out there today. This is your fourth pole of 2012, first pole here at Michigan, and with this pole, you move into a tie with Bill Elliott, seventh on the all-time series pole list. So talk a little bit about that run out there today.
Oh, it was fun. It was really fun. Momentum is such an important part when you have speeds like this and a round racetrack with so much corners here. You have to really be committed. And last time here, we thought we had a car that could contend for the pole, and we went out to run, and it just didn't give me the right feel, going through 3 and 4, coming up to speed, and I wasn't able to commit to it. And we did have a good race car. We had a great race car in the race as well. But it's very important to have the feel that you need so that you can carry momentum and be committed into turn 1. And I had a good feel about the car. I had no idea it was a pole run, but I had a good feel about the race car. Certainly gave it everything I had. I'm not a 2-lap kind of qualifying guy. I really stretched the limits of my talent level qualifying in 1 lap, and I pretty much know that I can't cheat it another time. And I tried to today because the first lap was good, and I didn't really have any issues around the racetrack. So I tried to run a little quicker the second lap and didn't get past turn 1 without a wobble, and no way I was going to be able to do it. So to beat that first lap after that, that little shake up there. So it's what it is. It's great when you drive a race car, like that, where you have what I believe is the fastest race car for the day. It's an incredible privilege for somebody at my stage in my career to be able to work with people like Toyota and Michael Waltrip Racing, my teammates Clinton and Martin Truex Jr. and Rodney Childers is really a special guy. He's very, very underrated in this garage area, I think.
All right, we'll take questions for Mark. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start in the middle with Mike, then come up to Reed.
Mike Embry, Speed.com. Mark, you continue to surprise people with what you do. Do you surprise yourself, or do you just expect these things to happen?
I am surprised. I am surprised. I was surprised in 2009 at what we were able to accomplish, very similar kinds of things that we've accomplished this year. I was surprised in 2011 when we were not able to accomplish anything special. And I was surprised again this year to be able to accomplish, what we've been able to. So in this business, I don't expect results. I expect effort. And the one thing that you'll get from me is every ounce that I can find. And you get that no matter what the result may be. And for me, I feel a little bit of the magic that I felt in 2009 working with Rodney Childers and working with my teammates and all the incredible staff at MWR. And I just really feel like this is a very, very lucky time in my career and in my life, because I get to race, on my terms and do things the way I want to do them.
All right, we'll go Reed, Bob, and Wolfgang.
Reed Spencer with the NASCAR Wire Service. Mark, you haven't raced a lot in the 55 car in the last couple of months. How is it that you can just jump back in the car, lay down a lap like that seemingly without missing a beat?
Gosh, I've had a few years of practice. I don't need a whole bunch of practice. I need a race car like what I drove today. I need fast race cars, and that's what Rodney Childers is giving me. So yeah, it's just all it is driving the car. Been doing that since I was 15.
All right, we'll take our next question from Bob.
Bob Hocker, Sporting News. Do you feel any better about this poll, about what it might mean for the race on Sunday than some of your earlier ones this year, and also your first poll on kind of a 1.5 mile, 2 mile track this year? Is that a sign of gains in that program?
I feel good about it for multiple reasons. Mostly because at the test, it was absolutely insane how much faster we were than everybody else. And, you know, I wish the race was that day, because you come back the next day and it's not, more times than not, it's not that way, you know. And it was just, it was obscene. I mean, it was crazy. And to be able to get that lap is a nice thing. We posted some pretty fast laps in race trim before we switched to qualifying trim today. All that bodes well. But, Bob, you know me. You know, I know how hard these things are to win. And I know, you know, not only does the fastest car not always win the race, but you know, it just takes a whole lot. And I believe that this race team is up to the challenge of contending and winning a race somewhere along the way. But I can't know if it would possibly be this one or not. You know, I just can't say. All I know is that we're probably not going to have to take a middle-of-the-pack race car and try to win with it, which is, you know, a feather in our cap. You know, trying to win with less than the fastest race car is an additional challenge, not one that can't be overcome, because you can actually try some things, you know, a little outside the normal box. If you know you're not fast enough to win, you don't have anything to lose, you know. So you can make, you know, try strategies or whatever, try this or that to try to get one. So I know that the race car is going to be strong. I won't know how strong until practice is over tomorrow, but it was strong today. It was incredibly strong in the test a couple weeks ago when we were up here. I can't believe it will be that superior on Sunday. I haven't had a race car like that, and I hadn't seen anybody with a race car quite that superior in quite some time. So I hope it's the fastest car, but no matter what, our team will be fighting to the end.
All right, we'll go Wolfgang, then up to Seth.
Mark, Wolfgang Munzer from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. 2 questions. You said earlier that when you raced here before, the car was not good to get a pole. What's different now with the car? Is it setup? Is this aero package? And question number 2, how identical is your car setup-wise to the cars of your teammates?
My teammates and I have not really shared extensive notes for qualifying like we do our race setup stuff. The crew chiefs may have discussed it back and forth, but being that all 3 cars were really fast, maybe not so much. You know, those guys were fast too in qualifying trim. Things change, and this is a very sensitive racetrack, and every day is different. You know, sometimes you think you've got the hammer, and you go out there and you get hammered. You know, and sometimes it's the other way around. We went out today knowing that we probably had a fast race car, but I always had in the back of my mind that last time I did, and I don't know where we qualified, 12th or 11th or 12th or something like that, which was kind of a disappointment based on, you know, how we thought we were. But, you know, it's very momentum sensitive here, and if you don't have everything locked down just perfectly, you can't put that kind of lap down.
Okay, we need next question, Seth.
Seth Livingstone, NASCAR.com. Mark, until recently, the Fords had been dominant here, and you were certainly part of that dominance in the 90s. Can you talk about what it's like to have a dominant equipment on a big, fast track like this? And has everybody else caught up completely right now, the other manufacturers?
It's, in my mind, it's more what you do with what you have than what you have. You know, so that meaning if a Ford dominates at a particular racetrack, it's more what the people are doing with that Ford that makes it dominate than it being a Ford brand or Toyota or anybody else. It's what the teams are doing with what they have that make them dominant. You know, so it's competitive.
Did you feel you had dominating equipment in the 90s here?
Oh, I did for a time or two, yeah. Absolutely. I think we came from 2 laps down to win here once. 1993, we were insanely fast. I forgot many other times, and there many a times we were really fast and didn't win here, too.
All right, we'll take our next question here on the left.
George Poley, Macomb Daily. Mark, on the weeks that you don't race and you're away from the track, do you just shut out racing totally, or do you watch on TV? And the second part of that question is, what's the best thing about those weeks that you're able to be away? Is it the opportunity to do other things, or just rest, or what?
I'm a fan, just like every other fan in the sport. I watch pretty much every practice, every qualifying. I keep up with it, however, on TV, Twitter, you name it. I keep up with it. I'm a fan. The best part of not being at the racetrack is being able to put my arms around my wife, see her, do what I please. Instead of meeting a schedule, I just do whatever I feel like doing. It's it's a piece of life that I didn't have for, I don't know, 25, 30 years or something, whatever it was. It's nice. When I first started cup racing, there was only 29 races, so it's a little bit more like that.
Any final questions for Mark? Mark, congratulations on this pole win, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
We hope we see you here again.
Oh, thank you.